Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank our Honorable Principal, Professor Syed Jafar Ali Sir, for guiding us to take the online classes over virtual platform. Consequently, I would like to express my felicitations to all my students for attending my class regularly as well as sincerely. Now, I am seeking the attention of my second year 4th semester students. Here I go. This is Shuvro Biswas Shuvo, lecturer, Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Mohammadpur Kendriya College, Dhaka. My subject is Housekeeping Management, course code 520917, Chapter 1, Objectives of this chapter. After completion of this chapter, students will be able to understand meaning, responsibilities, and importance of housekeeping. Similarly, they will understand the scope and the organizational hierarchy of the housekeeping department. Likewise, students will be able to understand the attributes and qualities required for the housekeeping department. However, they will also understand and they will get the clear idea regarding the interdepartmental coordination issues, control desk, and key controls. Let us see meaning of housekeeping. Housekeeping in our life is a very common and familiar issue. Suppose if you wish to clean your room, your houses, and different parts of your house, then definitely you have to follow some rules and regulations. You have to use some detergents, some chemicals to polishing your furnitures and to put right thing in the right place for maintaining certain criteria or following some instructions by considering the housekeeping rules and regulation operational activities. Hospitality is the cordial and generous reception and entertainment of the guest or strangers. So, whenever a guest wishes to visit a commercial place, then definitely they feel they like a baby and they don't have any worried or worriedness or any stress regarding the services what they actually want in their room. For an example, I would like to say with a quote like home away from home. A tourist or traveler, whenever they try to they find their place or the book or make a reservation in a hotel, they just reveal from the all stresses because they will have they'll have the opportunity to take the food on the right time and the any other related services what they actually required in the housekeeping department and so on. Housekeeping department basically waits for the guest like open arms of a place in which people can be cared for. Consequently, if we see the concept and functions, then definitely we'll be able to understand the concept of housekeeping and functions of housekeeping. Housekeeping department is the ambassador of a hotel. And from my point of view and from my experience, if I would like to share with you my experience, that housekeeping department is the most revenue generating sector of the hotel department of a property. Housekeeping staffs, housekeeping employees, housekeeping supervisors, housekeeping managers, room attendant, and cleaner. All the people are always ready to give you the best services in the hotel because housekeeping always try to enhance their reputation through providing the best service to the guest, as well as they like to retain their guest and they like to welcome their guest again and again by providing the best services. Finally, the primary role of hotel and housekeeping department is cleaning the guest room. Housekeeping works closely with the front desk operations to communicate when rooms are clean and ready for the guest occupy. Although usually associated with the cleaning and sanitizing guest rooms, housekeepers are also responsible for other areas such as public restrooms, convention spaces and offices, ballroom, conference room, restaurant areas, and the swimming pool areas, spa areas. they have a lot of work and activities to perform their roles. If you see the types, housekeeping department include a variety of job titles. The department will generally have a director of housekeeping, sometimes called the executive housekeeper. This employee is responsible for managing the department and its employees. If we see the size, it basically varies to properties and the place to place. Different countries have the different strategies and the styles to maintain their housekeeping and their hospitality services by compromising, by considering their rules and regulation and their cultural trend and traditions. The housekeeping department is often the largest employees department in the hotel. The number of employees is relative to the size of the hotel and maybe a combination of full-time hotel employees and temporary leased laborers required to run smoothly the housekeeping department as well as the overall hotel schedule. Hotel housekeeping departments operate 24 hours each day, but the majority of employees work during the day. Tools. Room attendants generally use a car to hold their tools and supplies so they can bring their necessary equipment with them to each rooms. Cars are stocked with chemicals and the cleaning supplies to clean surfaces in the guest room as well as bathrooms. Let us see importance of housekeeping in the hotel industry. As I said earlier, the importance of the importance of functions of housekeeping in the hotel industry. The mainstream service basically provided by the housekeeping department. They provide they try to retain the guest again and again because revenue is a common and the most essential issue in the hospitality sector. Business is firstly considered, but revenue is also take a part to comparing the business competition, for comparing the business with or the identify their best service, showing the best services toward the guest. The housekeeping department of the hotel industry stands for one motto: creating a home away from home. The housekeeping department takes immense pride in maintaining the utmost standards of cleanliness and the quality. Nothing attracts customer more than a spike and span hotel environment. No standard of service, courteousness, or glamour can equal the happiness a customer has upon entering a spotless, clean, and conveniently arranged room and amenities. Housekeeping department basically deals essentially with the cleanliness and all ancillary services attached to that. Let us see the basic important role of housekeeping department as follows. Here we go. The main important role is hotel cleanliness. Without clean and safe hygiene environment, a guest will not come again and again, and a guest will not recommend his preference to others for visiting or making reservation to the same hotel again and again. Making sure all is in working order. In the housekeeping department, this department is very sensitive department in the hotel sector because housekeeping department have to maintain full coordination or the communication between all other department in a hotel. For an example, they have to maintain good relationship with the front office department, F&B service, F&B production department, security department, and so on. And the hotel in a room, each and every equipment and machine have to very smooth running and activated for the guest, so that a guest can use anytime if they wish to use a certain equipment, machine, air condition, whatever they actually want to use for their room purposes. Attract repeat visitors. We should strictly bear in mind and keep in our mind that we have to repeat visitors means a clients visited your hotel earlier, and frequent visitors, we have to You have to give the importance to the guest through memorizing his birthday or her birthday, by by memorizing his or her name. Then a guest can easily identify or recognize himself or herself that he is very special to your hotel. Guest comfort is another important part. Revenue generate, as I said earlier, revenue generate is highly necessary because you have to compete with your, all other competitors in the hotel industry through their utmost services, achieve guest satisfaction. Customer is always right, client is always right, and whoever your guest or the, visitors, they are very, important in your hotel. For your, enhancing your reputation, you have to greet them accordingly, cordially, to expect themselves again and again, providing utmost guest services so that they can feel they are very special to you. Responsibilities of housekeeping department. Here stated the main responsibilities of the housekeeping department as well as the essential functions: clean bathtubs, toilets, sinks, walls, mirror tiles, and the floors, as well as the adhere to cleaning procedure in instruction for the use of cleaning agents, and maintaining the whipping, glass whipping, and the, cleaning the, and making the bed properly, and you have to confirm the, washroom is very clean for the, guest, because they are very concerned about the washroom and other facilities in the washroom, and the air condition is very okay for the guest, so they can use anytime if they want. Dust all furniture, picture drawers, windows, and other shelves thoroughly. Clean coffee, tea makers, refrigerators, and micro ovens, waves. Sign for the room keys, and you have to keep the room key signs accordingly. If the guest require any types of room sign like D&D, do not disturb, and do not call, any types of room sign, it should be kept in the rack, in the right rack. Visually inspect the room and cleanliness, appearance, perform any other job and related duties assigned by the housekeeping supervisor. Responsibilities of the housekeeping department. As I stated here, the main responsibilities of the housekeeping department through a hierarchy. In the top level position in the hotel and tourism sector, there are three category basically. You will find the three category basically, like top level, mid level, and first line level. In the top level employees, you will see the executive housekeeper and the director of housekeeping, and consequently the deputy housekeeper, and consequently you will find the assistant housekeeper and housekeeping manager, floor supervisor, floor housekeeper. And if you see the mid-level, staffs: public area supervisor, night auditor, linen room supervisor, linen keeper, uniform room supervisor, linen room attendant, linen room maid, uniform room attendant, storekeeper, desk control supervisor, and finally guest room attendant, laundry attendant. Here is the important part in the housekeeping department. If you want to build up your career in the housekeeping department, then definitely you have to consider this criteria, and you should strictly keep in your mind that housekeeping department, if you want to build up your career in the housekeeping department, beside your qualification, educational qualification, you have to get some, you have to skilled with the practical training, practical experiences, for, for giving your best services in the housekeeping department. Hotel sector around the world, the whole throughout the world, the high revenue creator and provides relaxing luxurious services and caters to the, short-term housing, food, entertainment, and business leisure needs of guests at any given moment. Anytime, as I said earlier, anytime guest can ask anything by staying at your home, at your property. Like any other department, housekeeping gives an individual a chance to make a successful career and accomplish diverse heads in the management up to the level of general manager. For an example, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts an increase of 12.8% in housekeeping jobs will be created by 2020, and those who choose this sector will do very well. If I say scope, the housekeeping unit today is well versed not only in their main job but also multitask. They also take care of gardening, laundering, laundry operation, cost control. If many hotel, this division also help the sales team to earn revenue. And finally, it also has the experience, skills, as well as the information abilities to run the room divisions. And then, as students, a graduate of tourism and hospitality management, they have to knowledge on organizational skill, laundry skill, communication skill as well. To communicate with your guest, communicate with your establishing your message with your guest, and so on. Here I mentioned the hierarchy: executive housekeeper, assistant housekeeper, floor supervisor with a chart. So far you can easily understand the hierarchy of housekeeping department. Attributes and the qualities of housekeeping staffs as follows. If you think that attributes and qualities, the passion is highly required for the housekeeping department. Passion as well as confidence, a level of confidence should be very standard to maintain or to work for the housekeeping department. You have to be energetic, have a can do attitude. You have no chance, no opportunity to say no to the guest. Kitchen, bathroom and bedroom cleaning, laundry, trash and odd jobs. Similarly, if you have driver's license, then definitely it will help to get more chances to get the housekeeping job in the housekeeping department. Pleasant personality, personal hygiene, eye for details. So far if you see the maintain the eye contact with the with your guest, then you can read all the all the message, all the words before he said you these things, these objects or these things will be required in my room. So far you can easily ask you, these things is required for you, may I help you sir? So far these things will help you to get a good position in the housekeeping department. Cooperation is highly required to, because maintaining cooperation with all other department is highly necessary. Adaptability, yeah, easily you can learn any language, any sign. So far you can communicate with different types of guests, domestic and foreign guests, very easily, because if you can develop your adaptability like in language or sign language or any other body language, so far you can enhance your chances to work in the housekeeping department, as well as honesty, tactfulness, diplomaticness, and the calm behavior, courteous, punctuality, and good memory. You can keep in your mind that his or her name. And if the guest is frequent visitor of your property, of your hotel, then you can easily call them by their name. So far they can feel they are very special in your property, in your hotel. Departments that housekeeping coordination with. Housekeeping department basically maintain good relation with all other department of a hotel, because front office housekeeping department have to send the messages to the front office department. The room is vacant or the occupied, and the room is clean or not. They have to send the message to the front office department, and that they have to contact with the personnel department for hiring, for recruiting new members. They can give the preference to the personnel department. And purchases department, these sorts of things and stock will be required for the room division, and laundry item required for the room division. They have to give the proper order for cleaning the clothing of their guest, through the maintaining the procedure of the laundry procedure. And food and beverage department, stores department, sales and marketing department. This month we have sales target. So far we have to fill up the sales target through selling, by selling our rooms. We have different types of room: single, double, premium room. So by considering the value of their room and enhancing their or increasing the revenue, then definitely we have to focus the different areas of our room division, accounting office, coordination with the security department. Here we go, the role of the housekeeping control desk. If we see the housekeeping control desk maintain the guest call register, minibar and laundry posting reports, missing item register, breakage register, lost and found register, room under repair, departure register, expected arrivals register. So many essential and important things you will find in the left side of your slide. On the other hand, you will find right side of your slide the role of the housekeeping control desk. Here are the another essential important functions of the housekeeping control desk division. Like it is the desk attendant who receive departure room numbers from the control desk in from the front office regarding the cleared room. If the room is occupied or vacant, the control desk inform the front office department. If a guest requires F&B services, any drinks in their room, so for control desk inform the F&B food and beverage department to bring the required drinks or the food in their room through their attendant. And if the if in their hotel any VIP crew group group available or the book their and maintain that make the reservation in their hotel, they have to inform front office, basically inform the control decks regarding their reservation system, reservation stay of their reservation. Coordination of the engineering department shows the list of the old room hotel, the current room status, like dirty, vacant, out of order, out of service, etc. Types of keys used in the hotel for effective key control. If we see the types of keys used in the hotel room or the effective key control, key is the another essential and important part in the housekeeping department. If we see the key or the punch card, day by day the improving the security level. So for some group of people, some group of industrial property using the key, and another hotel, another 5-star hotel, 4-star hotel are using the punch card for entering in the guest room. They have to very concerned about the key control or the punch card control system procedures. And then here you will find that there are different categories of keys in the guest room, like guest room keys, master keys, and the grand masters, emergency keys, floor supervisor keys, and the guest room keys. So master keys is designed to open a set of several locks. These locks also have the keys which are specific to each one, the change key, and cannot open any of the others in the set. Grandmaster key. This key operates all the locks in the hotel, including laundry and linen rooms. Emergency key. The emergency key open all the guest room doors, even when they are, double locked. Floor supervisor master key operates all section on the floor supervised by the particular supervisor. Types of the guest room in the hospitality industry. If we said, if I we said I said earlier the types of guest room like single room, double room, deluxe room, twin room, and interconnected room. This is very common issues like single room, like a single bed and associated with the certain facilities. Double room, it's a room with a one double bed meant for two people, and the standard room having the dressing cum writing table. Deluxe room, this room is well furnished, carpeted, and more suitable for the single person and small families. Twin room, a room with two families, two single beds meant for two per people, having only one bedside table between the two beds. Interconnected room is familiar and very interested for the family group travelers. They can access the each room in the same time. They have adjunct to each other, having an interconnected doors and so on. Fixture and furniture and fittings in the hotel housekeeping. There is another essential part in the furniture items in the guest room, like chair, table, sofas, the wardrobes, luggage rack, nightstand, coat hanger, and the freestanding. fitted, and the antiques, and the modular. If I see the fixture and the fittings in the guest room, then we can see the television and telephone and the lighting fixture, air condition, sanitary fittings, and door, windows and locks. Door should be very well balanced and have a stopper should be provided with a very peepholes. I would like to conclude my session today with a quote, which is by Eleanor Roosevelt. True hospitality consists of giving the best of yourself to your guests. Thank you all for attending my session today. And a very special message to you, all my students. Please stay home, stay safe, and enhance your immunity to protect you from COVID-19 coronavirus. Best of luck.